Hello everyone, in this video I will present about international trade and e-commerce in the practice of enterprises activities. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Divina Laurentia Aprilia and my study number is 23B505041150. So let's begin the presentation. First, let's talk about international trade. International trade is a complex economic and social process influenced by globalization, knowledge, and the development of the European Union. Globalization has created a global market while the growth of knowledge has opened new opportunities for business to sell products online using e-commerce technologies. The development of the EU also allows the free movement of goods, service, capital, and labor, which increases the competitiveness of European companies around the world. The research aims to understand how companies adapt to this new challenge and to develop a framework that identifies the factors influencing their ability to expand internationally. Next, the concept of international trade. International trade itself means the exchange of goods across countries. Organizations such as the WTO, the United Nations, and the OECD define it as the buying, selling, importing, and exporting of goods between nations. Development in international trade doesn't only mean growth in numbers but also qualitative improvement using advanced technology to create better products and wider markets. Now, let's move to e-commerce. E-commerce means buying and selling goods or services using the internet or electronic networks. It helps business connect with customers faster, cheaper, and from anywhere. Selling online can reduce expenses like advertising and store costs, while also allowing business to reach global customers anytime. Even though it might involve extra costs like delivery and maintenance, e-commerce remains a key driver for modern trade growth. Next, e-commerce adoption. E-commerce adoption refers to how individuals or companies begin to use and integrate e-commerce into their business. The process goes through four stages. 1. Awareness, learning about e-commerce. 2. Interest, evaluating its benefits. 3. Trial, testing the system. And 4. Adoptions, fully using it in business operations. This adoption is influenced by several factors: technology readiness, organizational support, environmental conditions, and the perceived benefits or risks. In short, adopting e-commerce is not only about technology, it's a strategy to improve efficiency, market reach, and competitiveness. In the European Union, companies develop international trade in two ways. The first is traditional trade, such as working with suppliers in foreign countries. The second is modern trade, using digital platforms to sell tangible or intangible goods. Based on Eurostat data, EU enterprises account for 82.4% of global trade. However, only around 7% of production enterprises use e-commerce to sell products, even though many aim to expand internationally. When applying the research framework, Chinese enterprises were found to be the most active users of e-commerce. About 34% of Danish producers sell products online, and nearly half of them focus on increasing international sales. This shows that Denmark leads in integrating e-commerce into international trade. Finally, the conclusion. The study highlights that companies must adapt to globalization and digital transformation to stay competitive. EU enterprises dominate world trade but still depend largely on traditional methods. Meanwhile, Danish enterprises saw great success by actively using e-commerce technologies. Therefore, other EU companies should improve their e-commerce capabilities and logistics system to strengthen their international trade performance. Thank you for listening. That's all my presentation about international trade and e-commerce in the practice of enterprise activities.